Here's your village's forecast from the VNN Weather Team, presented by Sunshine Air Conditioning and Electrical. Here's meteorologist Ashley Baylor.
All right, we are heading into Friday and this weekend, and really not much is going to change in the weather department here in Central Florida. It's going to be same old, same old. In fact, not just through the weekend, but over the next several days into the first week of September. Yes, September kicks off next Tuesday. But let's talk about your Friday. We'll be tracking partly cloudy skies, and there will be some showers and thunderstorms that fire up during the afternoon. Temperatures will be in the low 90s, but with that higher humidity, it'll feel anywhere between 100 to 104. So not as bad as it has been lately, but still not in the comfortable range. As we go through Friday night, we'll see a few scattered clouds. Overall, it is going to be a quiet night as temperatures drop into the mid-70s. And then on Saturday, once again, sun and clouds, a few afternoon thunder showers. You may hear some rumbles of thunder with temperatures in the low 90s. And don't forget, if those rumbles of thunder seem very, very close, that's when it's time to get off the golf course. It's time to get off the pickleball court. We don't want any weather issues out there. Now, of course, we need to talk about this. Tropical storm Dolly formed on Thursday, and as I mentioned before, it is not named Dolly after the late great superstar. Dolly was already on the list of National Hurricane Center names. This is just a crazy coincidence. But Tropical Storm Dolly is out there. It is continuing on a westerly track towards the Leeward Islands. So again, moving towards the northern part of the Lesser Antilles, over towards the British Virgin Islands, also the U.S. Virgin Islands, and then eventually possibly towards Puerto Rico. But what's going to happen here, it's going to maintain tropical storm strength as it moves towards the Leeward Islands, but then it's going to run into some dry air. It's going to run into some wind shear, and those two things typically tear storms apart. So that's why all of a sudden you see this kind of white circle with an S going into late Saturday on into Sunday, because at that point it may not have its tropical characteristics anymore. But with tropical storms, they still deliver a lot of rain and they still deliver some strong gusts. So it's going to have an impact one way or another, which in turn could be a good thing for these islands because Puerto Rico has been dealing with very, very dry conditions. So this inevitably may be some beneficial rain for them. Now, if by chance the storm can hold together, it may move over the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But it's not expected to really make it through the weekend. All right, let's talk about your 7-day forecast, where we're going to make our way through the weekend with temperatures in the low 90s. Again, that chance for some pop-up showers and thunderstorms going into the afternoon. Overnight lows will be pretty seasonal in the mid 70s rather. I wish I could say lower 70s, but for the most part in the mid 70s. And not much is going to change as we go into next week. You can see for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, temperatures are expected to hold in the low 90s, which is where we should be for this time of year. So just a lot of rinse and repeat forecasts for us. And again, we'll continue to monitor where Tropical Storm Dolly goes. But before I go, let's talk about this week's Tales of Tales. And I love this name. This is Little Sandstorm, everyone. 4 months old, a domestic short hair. Looks like a mix of a brown tabby and possibly something else, considering that adorable white nose and the white chest here. And they are overloaded with kittens at the shelter. This one in particular loves to play with toys, as any kittens do, but also a big cuddler, offers up big purrs to all of the volunteers that are there. And this little kitten is good with kids, cats, dogs, perfect. And as I said, there are other kittens that are waiting for their forever home, and to the point that the shelter is in need of some supplies. With all these younger cats, they do need some blankets, they need some towels for their cages. They could also use some help with some dog food, some cat food, and some kitten food. You can give them a call at 352-793-9117. They will look forward to hearing from you, again, just because they are in need of a lot of supplies to take care of these wonderful animals, all of them looking for their forever home.
Thanks for watching Meteorologist Ashley Baylor, presented by Sunshine Air Conditioning and Electrical.